Good afternoon. Today is May 6th, and this is Mayor Alanna Hnatiw reaching out from Sturgeon County Council chambers. Late last week, as we had all been anticipating, the province did announce its relaunch strategy. And in the ongoing communication that the province has had with municipalities, we have been able to participate in regular town hall meetings with the Premier and with many ministers as well. And this has been helpful as an opportunity to reach out and ask clarifying questions and be able to understand how best to align our municipal actions and the business resumption plan alongside the strategies that the province will be putting in place. And this is a welcome sign and a true testament to the hard work of each and every one of us to be able to tackle COVID-19. And while I wholeheartedly concur with the Premier and also with Dr. Hinshaw, the importance of practicing physical distancing, keeping up with the personal hygiene, and the self-isolation protocols whenever necessary, I do know and understand the need to reopen a safe and systematic approach to the businesses we have that we know are struggling. I'm a firm believer that in a crisis there are opportunities. If we keep our eyes on the horizon and we commit to grow stronger together, all things are possible. What our new normal looks like, no one quite knows, but we do know that it will look quite different for the foreseeable future. As strange as it may sound, it is a motivating time to get innovative, to get creative, and to get solution-based, and to look at things through a different lens. And a part of looking at things through a different lens is being willing to do things differently. And frankly, it's a must while we face these unprecedented times. As one of these different things that we're looking at as a part of our recovery is the striking of a recovery task force. This task force would not only have representation from senior administration and council, but there would be representation from our residents and businesses so that we can bring a varied voice to the table and understand the different perspectives within the county, also to consider the various challenges and opportunities so that we can find and plan a way forward that is unique specifically to our region, as we work to identify and explore how best we can overcome and have a full recovery. This comes on the heels of our annual strategic plan workshop that Council just undertook. So we spent quite a bit of time identifying, discussing, and advising on our priorities for the upcoming year. So this work is all very timely. We will have more on this recovery task force in the very near future. I would also like to take a few minutes today to recognize that this is Mental Health Week. And without a doubt, this pandemic will have an impact on mental health for Albertans for quite some time. I think it's important to acknowledge that each and every one of us cope and manage stress and our day-to-day work-life responsibilities in different ways. For some, it can be quite difficult to be able to articulate and communicate and express how they feel, the anxiety, the depression, or the sadness. And it's important to be able to reach out to loved ones for support. And this is why I'm very proud to recognize the collaborative efforts between Sturgeon County and the 5 towns as we embrace a psychosocial support plan for all of our residents with 5 objectives, one being food security, basic needs, referrals and outreach, community resources and funding, and very important programming. This plan is an important aspect of COVID-19 recovery efforts because research is quite clear that in addition to posing a physical health threat, the secondary consequences of a pandemic can be substantial, have substantial impacts on mental health. And while it's important that we have plans to address the health and safety of residents and employees, we need to also focus on the mental health, wellness, social cohesion, and public trust, which demands the collaboration and coordination of multiple community-based and regional partners. So a big thank you to everyone who has worked on this plan and demonstrating a strong sense of regional collaboration. I'd also like to take this opportunity to remind everyone that it is spring and we will have hundreds of farmers working hard to get their crops in the field. So this means there will be some slower moving equipment on the road. So I ask you to share the road and to be patient and supportive of our producers. And as we continue moving towards community, social, and economic recovery, I encourage everyone to think local. From where you're purchasing your supplies for your yard or your farm, or where you're purchasing your meat and produce, please, please support local. And at last, but certainly not least, in response to the Canadian Forces and their families grieving the loss over the lives of the helicopter crash off the coast of Greece, our heartfelt condolences during this difficult time. When already what feels like insurmountable uncertainty, these kinds of events have an extra heartbreaking effect. And it is humbling for us to remember the danger that many people put themselves in on a day-to-day basis to serve and protect our way of life. So we definitely have something to be proud of and grateful for. So please, going in to these coming weeks, stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected. Ask your friends and family how they're doing, how they're feeling, and how they're coping, and be brave enough to share the truth about how you're doing as well. And be sure to call your mother on Mother's Day. Thank you.